The process begins with bits of clear glass, which are loaded into a furnace that's fired to over 1,200 degrees Celsius. Black and white billets of glass are then selected. These will add stripes and patterns to the clear glass. They're preheated, so they won't shock and fracture when exposed to higher temperatures. A glob of the clear glass is gathered from the main furnace using a metal rod. This glob is then used to collect the preheated billet of white glass. Both are then put into the furnace's flames to make the glass more malleable. A curved wooden tool is then used to gather the clear glass at the base and wrap it around the white billet, covering it entirely. The other end of the glass is attached to a second metal rod, and the glass is then stretched across the room. The glass is now over 12 meters long and pencil thin. It's then set down to cool and solidify. The glass is broken into pieces called canes, about 20 centimeters long. Next, another piece of clear glass is shaped by rolling it on a metal table called a marver. The end of the metal rod is blown through to cause the glass to bubble. This will eventually become the tap and two handles. A layer of black molten glass is added to the bubble. Meanwhile, the striped canes are arranged on a grooved metal plate and heated with a torch. The hot glass bubble is then rolled across the canes, which stick to it. Then it's back into the furnace, where the canes further fuse to the black bubble. The glass is then rolled across the marver to shape the end. And the canes at the top are further shaped to close them around the bubble. Another reheat keeps the glass pliable as the forming process continues, during which the bubble is transformed into a hollow glass tube. This is elongated until it's close to the desired diameter. Next, the end is formed into a round handle. Heat is continually applied during the process so that the glass remains pliable. A hole is created to allow for a threaded piece of metal hardware to be attached. A bit of molten glass is added to this piece of hardware, which is then inserted into the hole, after which the tap handle is cut free from the rest of the glass. A forming tool is then used to refine the handle shape. Next, a metal spout mold is preheated. This will prevent the hot glass tube from fracturing as it's shaped around the mold. Once the spout is formed, it's ready to go into the annealing oven. This bakes the glass at a lower temperature and then slowly cools it. This removes stresses and strengthens the glass. Meanwhile, using high-pressure water containing fragments of garnet, trim rings, and a display plate are cut from steel. To install the glass tap on the display plate, a nut is threaded onto the tap valve. This showroom display will simulate the look of the tap in your bathroom. The trim rings are fitted to the base of the handles, and these are then fitted to the display plate and screwed into position. After a final clean to remove any marks left by dirty fingers, these taps are now ready to clean dirty fingers. 3 days in the making. It's something unique for your sink.